The humanitarian crisis in the Northeast continues to overwhelm authorities concerned. Borno State harbors the largest internally displaced persons IDP camp in the region due to devastating insurgency. But the governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, insists on sending the displaced persons back to their communities so that they can farm and help tackle rising food insecurity in the state. Governor Zulum says the state is now experiencing food insecurity, that there's no need to wait for things to get perfect before people return to their farm. Hence, the need to be resilient against Boko Haram attacks. Syria. If you are in that situation now, Borno is known for agriculture, they are known for fishing, and right now what they are facing is rising risk of food insecurity because the Baga town, the fishing town, it has been occupied by this terrorists for a long time, so that will stop income activities and people that will go to the farms easily. Now, after 9 years, since 2009 till now, most of these people, they've left their villages, they've left their farmlands, and it's not safe to do business or to do any agriculture in that area. But the governor is concerned, saying that if we continue to sustain this IDP, that people will bring food that is no longer sustainable, because Borno is also services the whole country as a whole.
I totally can understand with the governor's dilemma. The fact is that Governor Zulum has proved time and again that he's not a politician, at least not a regular politician. He understands the humanitarian crisis. He can feel the challenge of the people personally. You see that he has been very vocal, very out there for them, in terms of dealing with insecurity. Now, there are two pictures that come to mind. The first thing is that, in the Bible, I think there's a place in 2 Kings where some lepers saw that if they stayed where they were, they were going to die.
Starve to death.
And if they went to the camp of the Assyrians, they could still be killed. But whichever way, going to the camp of the enemy could afford them some respite. So they took the plunge. We know what happened. The rest of it is history. Because they came back with so much food that the whole of Israel, fed and ate. When only a day before, mothers were saying, kill your son for me today, tomorrow I kill my own for you.
That's what Governor Zulum is saying.
Exactly. And he said that, look, we need to prevent a total descent to a state of cannibalism. You can't rule it out. If a governor is crying out, usually it is the nature of government to try to make bad things look good for as long as they can hold it. But if the governor himself is admitting and saying that there is food insecurity and that something must be done now or it will get out of hand, you have to listen to him. The other picture in my mind is when they, in the Bible again, when the people that were in captivity were coming back, and Nehemiah told them, we are going to rebuild this temple. One hand with your shovel, the other hand with your spear. So on the one hand, you're building, on the other hand, you're defending. After all, Borno State is where we've seen a very good example of the fusion of civilian JTF and soldiers, because this is the worst state, whether or not you like it. The government is also concerned about the sociological impact of this whole thing, because after some time, people will become lazy and will not be able to farm at optimum the way they used to farm before. So he's mindful of so many things. Those communities
have their life back.
Those communities have been left for a long time, and the longer you leave them, the more you give the impression to the enemy that we are in fear, we can't come back. So I think somehow we just have to take this hard choice. People should go back, but I think before they go back, there should be some measure of maybe equipping or training or orientation, so that they'll be able to understand how to engage the enemy in case, because inevitably it may still happen.
You see, the governor is saying that, look, we can't just, a village of 40,000-50,000 people, and 10 people will just come because they have guns and everything and sack everybody. That the governor is even saying that, look, it's time for the people to be vigilant too and know how to cater for themselves, but they have to go back to their villages.
Well, it's a serious issue, and I don't envy the governor, really. This is a big dilemma. When I read that aspect of people trying to defend themselves, that a town of 10,000 people, they can't allow just 10 people to run over them. What came to my mind is it depends on what the 10 people are carrying and what is available for the 10,000 people that are being attacked. You see, the truth is that the 10 people on machine or carrying guns don't even have to kill up to 100 people before they put the rest 9,900 people in fear. Fear kills more even than death itself. That is the truth. So I do not know how easy it is going to be for these people to actually, defend themselves. Armless people defending themselves against armed people, no matter how little the number of these armed people are. Having said that, I think what is happening is telling us that we should revisit the issue of community policing again. Now, if we have a community police in place, at least we know that they will be able to provide some kind of protection for these people, because we really need security. That is the truth. These people need to be secured. Look, over the last 8 years, about 23,000 people have been displaced in the Northeast, and most of these people are from Borno, Yobe, and the rest. Now, the truth is that it is also not easy for people to be out of their houses for over 8 years, even running to 10 years. So definitely the governor cannot be blamed for saying that they should come back home. But the truth is that we need more than the governor telling them to come home. I think we need to look into our policing system and find a way of, improving on it and recreating or introducing another level of policing that will take care of these people, because it is very, very important. I mean, the governor said something that, everybody has one life, and that is the reason why he goes around in spite of the dangers, that because if you will die, you will die. But unfortunately, not everybody
and operate with that philosophy.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So and that is why government is in place in any case to provide security to the populace.